Hi everyone, this is Cooking with Kurt. Today, my husband Donald and I are going to show you how to make a Tres Leches cake. This is 2 layers of vanilla sponge soaked in 3 types of milk, hence its name, and then filled and coated with whipped cream and topped with a white chocolate shell, white chocolate rosettes, and sliced almonds.
This recipe was requested by a lot of you. Thanks so much for your requests, and we hope you like this video.
We're going to start by making the white chocolate cream for making rosettes. We suggest making this the day before since it needs to sit in the fridge overnight to chill. So, the day before you're making the cake, take a microwavable bowl, add in half a cup of heavy cream, and microwave for 1 minute, till the heavy cream is steaming. Add in 3/4 cup of white chocolate chips into the hot heavy cream. Let it stand for 1 minute. Then mix until the white chocolate is completely melted and there are no lumps. Let this cool to room temperature, cover with plastic wrap, then refrigerate overnight. Now we're going to make the vanilla sponge layers. Take 5 eggs and separate them into yolks and whites. Let them cool to room temperature. Preheat your oven to 340 degrees Fahrenheit, then take 2 9-inch round cake pans and line them with parchment paper. Do not grease the parchment paper or the sides of the pans. If you have cake strips, soak them in cold water for 5 minutes and place them around each pan. Take a large mixing bowl and a sieve, add in 1 1/4 cups of cake flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/3 cup of sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt. Sift these together. Add in the 5 room temperature egg yolks, 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon of vegetable or canola oil, 2/3 cup of water, half a teaspoon of finely grated orange zest, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat this together with an electric mixer just until smooth and well combined. In the bowl of your stand mixer, add in the 5 room temperature egg whites and half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and with a whisk attachment, beat on medium speed until it's frothy. When the mixture looks frothy, increase to medium-high speed and very slowly add in 1/3 cup of granulated sugar while continuing to beat. When all the sugar has been added, increase to high speed and continue beating until you see stiff, glossy peaks. The meringue should look something like this. 1/3 at a time, very gently fold this meringue mixture into the cake batter until it's well combined. Divide the batter equally into the 2 prepared round cake pans. We're going to bake these in the preheated oven at 340 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 to 45 minutes, or until the cake surface springs back when pressed lightly at the center. Let the cakes rest in the pans, sitting on metal racks for 5 minutes. After resting for 5 minutes, use a small knife to unstick the sides as needed. Invert the round cake pans onto metal racks. Lift off the pans and peel off the parchment paper the cakes were baked with. Let your cakes cool completely to room temperature on the metal racks.
While we're waiting for the sponge cakes to cool, we're going to work on the namesake of the cake, the Tres Leches syrup. Take a liquid measuring cup, add in 1 cup of evaporated milk, which is about 2/3 of a 12 fluid ounce or 354 ml can, half a cup of sweetened condensed milk, which is about half of a 14 ounce or 396 gram can, and 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Stir these 3 types of milk together until they are well combined and homogeneous. You should end up with about 1 3/4 cups of liquid total. Set this aside. Next, we're going to make the whipped cream filling and frosting. In the bowl of your stand mixer, add in 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and an optional 2 tablespoons of dark rum. Then, using a paddle attachment, Beat them together till the cream cheese has softened and the mixture is smooth. Stop the beater and scrape down the bowl for any unmixed cream cheese. Add in 3 cups of very cold heavy cream and continue to beat on medium-low speed for about 2 minutes, till the cream cheese and the heavy cream are combined and uniform. Stop the mixer and scrape down the paddle attachment and the bowl. Mix on medium-low speed for another 1 minute. Switch to a whisk attachment and continue beating on medium-high speed until the mixture forms very stiff peaks. It should look something like this. Leave this frosting in the fridge till you're ready to use it.
At this point, we're ready to assemble the cake. Take a cake board that's larger than 9 inches, this is a 10-inch cake board, and place it on a revolving cake stand. Place the first layer of vanilla sponge, bottom side up, on your cake board. The bottom flatter sides of the cakes, which should be facing up now since they were inverted, will have a more porous texture and can readily absorb the Tres Leches syrup. Spoon about half of the Tres Leches syrup evenly over the first layer of cake, using the measuring cup to determine approximately half of the syrup. Let it sit at room temperature for about 15 minutes, allowing the vanilla sponge to absorb the syrup. Top the first layer of vanilla sponge with a generously thick layer of the whipped cream frosting, about ½ inch thick layer of frosting. Smooth it out into an even layer as much as possible. Place the second layer of sponge cake, again with the bottom flatter and porous side up, so the top of the cake is as flat and even as possible, and easily able to absorb the syrup. Spoon the remaining half of the Tres Leches syrup evenly over the second sponge layer. Let the second layer of vanilla sponge absorb the syrup for about 15 minutes. Use the remaining whipped cream frosting to cover the top and sides of the cake. Use a bench scraper or offset spatula to smooth out the sides and the top of the cake as much as possible. Finally, press sliced almonds all around the sides of the cake, going about halfway up the sides. We're going to refrigerate this cake for the whipped cream frosting to firm up for a minimum of 1 hour.
In the meantime, we're going to work on the white chocolate glaze. Set up a double boiler over gently simmering water. Add 2 ounces of white chocolate, which is about 1/3 cup of chocolate chips. Stir until the white chocolate is melted and smooth. Add in 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Stir together until the mixture is smooth and combined. Make sure there are no lumps of white chocolate. Turn off the heat, but keep this liquid lukewarm with the residual steam until you're ready to drizzle it over the cake. Once you pour it over the cold cake, it'll start to solidify pretty quickly. Take the cake out of the fridge, then ladle the warm white chocolate drizzle into a disposable piping bag or small Ziploc bag. Seal the bag. Cut a small hole at the tip or one of the corners and immediately drizzle the chocolate over the edges of the cake and allow it to drip down the sides of the cake. We like to space the chocolate drips about 1 inch apart.
Let the cake rest in the fridge for the white chocolate glaze or shell to firm up while we work on the whipped white chocolate for the rosettes. Take the bowl of your stand mixer. Transfer the chilled white chocolate cream from the day before into the bowl of your stand mixer. Using the whisk attachment, beat it on medium-high speed for 1 minute, till it becomes light and fluffy. Stop the beater, and add in ½ a cup of very cold heavy cream. Then continue whipping this mixture till you see stiff peaks. It should look something like this. Attach a large star tip to a piping bag. I'm using a number 1M tip, and fill the piping bag with the whipped white chocolate cream. We're going to make a pattern we've never made on this channel before. Starting at the outer circumference of the cake, make a swirling line pattern that goes from the outer circumference going towards the center of the cake. I'm just squeezing the bag while making a swirling motion with my wrist while moving my arm towards the center. The swirls should overlap somewhat with the previous swirl. I aim to make about 12 lines of swirls on the top surface of the cake, going the same direction as the arms of a clock. Finally, create a mound of sliced almonds in the center of your cake where the swirls converge. Keep this cake in the fridge till you're ready to serve. And there it is, Tres Leches Cake. Vanilla sponge soaked in 3 types of milk, filled and coated with whipped cream, then topped with white chocolate rosettes and sliced almonds. Ang sarap!
Yum!
I love that hint of coconut and almonds with the white chocolate.
And the Tres Leches syrup inside the vanilla sponge cake makes it so moist. This is seriously my new favorite cake.
Thank you all so much for watching. Please let us know in the comment section below if you're planning to make this Tres Leches cake. Send us pictures of your creations on Facebook and Instagram. The links are below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Cooking with Kurt.
And don't forget to click on the bell so you get notified when we post new cooking videos. And for our written recipes, be sure to check out cookingwithkurt.com.
Maraming salamat!